Alright, welcome back everyone. This time we are going to play a different game. This one being Tropico 3. This is the introduction to Tropico 3. This goes well and YouTube doesn't give me fucking bullshit. I'm gonna keep uploading videos. However, you're gonna hear there's music in the background. I get copyright strike because of the music. That'll be it for this series. So, not that it really matters because I'm not making money anyways, but we are gonna play as El Presidente. Let's skip over this. I'm gonna start a new game. Let's do the tutorial real quick. Best thing about this group of candidates is...
Congratulations, Presidente! Your swift rise to power is an inspiration to us all. I am your most humble and loyal advisor, Penultimo. Although your wisdom knows no bounds, let me provide a few starting pointers on ruling our magnificent nation. Please press the OK button if you will condescend to listen to my... A good ruler knows what goes on in every corner of his country. Let us take a better look at our island. Try panning the view by moving the mouse cursor to the edges of the screen.
Alright, we're gonna fix something here real quick. Turn that down a little bit so that not as loud. Press OK. We're gonna pan the camera left. We're gonna pan the camera right. We're gonna zoom out. We're gonna zoom in.
You will want to take a closer look at the little...
Sometimes you zoom in. Sometimes you zoom out.
Good job! Marvelous! The world becomes bigger or smaller according to your whims, Presidente. Now, why don't you give it a spin by rotating the camera? Just hold the middle mouse button or...
Yeah.
Bueno! You can also tilt the camera by holding down the middle mouse button or... According to our intellectuals and some guy named Albert, time is relative to the whims of whoever is in power. You can change the speed with the buttons placed above the mini-map. Try X. Look how... Very good, Presidente! Do you know what the most precious resource of Tropico is? Why, it's the people, of course. And you need to know what goes on in their heads to make the best use of them. Select a citizen by left-clicking on
Buenos
him.
días.
The bars in the Overall tab represent what a citizen needs at the moment. They will constantly diminish over time, and when they get too low, the citizen will satisfy them somehow. For example, if the citizen needs to satisfy his health need, he will look for a clinic or a hospital or resort to full medicine cures if there is no professional healthcare available. In any case, the need bar will be refilled. Unpause the game and you will see.
So these are tenements. Wait a minute. This is a tenement. I'm sorry. These are shacks. Whenever your people do not have any place to live, they build shacks. So slightly above a shack gives you a 10 quality rating. You have the tenement, which holds lots of people. It's a very not great place to live, and then there's increasing qualities of housing above that we'll get into.
¿Qué tal?
Click on
Hey, Presidente, what can be more important than the happiness of your people? Here you can see how pleased this person is by the different factors in his life. His job, his house, the healthcare he receives, and so on. Each of these has different importance to any particular citizen and contributes to his overall happiness. As you can see, food quality is one of the factors that determines the happiness of your people. If you would like to see how to improve it, click OK.
All right, there we go. Yeah, how to improve it? Click OK.
When people are hungry, they go to the food-producing farms to get food for their families. Alternatively, they can get it from the marketplace, which distributes food from the farms. A person can get several meals in advance for his whole family. Select the farm indicated. It is very important to have your farms produce enough food for the masses. Right now, they are all producing tobacco that the people cannot eat. Open the Overall tab. You have given your order, and your farmers are on their way to plant papaya. Most things in Tropico take time. For instance, it will take several months for the new crop to grow. A patient ruler like you knows that it is better to wait for results than to change his mind every few months. Press OK. It seems that this farm is also understaffed. In order to attract more workers, you should increase the wages. You can do that from the Fees and Salaries tab. Open the Fees and Salaries tab and increase the wages. Please, Presidente, can you fire Pedro Mendoza for me? He is lazy and always complains about everything. Not to mention that he shamelessly cheats at poker. In order to fire him, you need to select his workplace, the Teamster's office, and right-click on his portrait in the Fees and Salary. Haha! Goodbye, Pedro, and good luck on the labor market. Now, an honest Tropican will be able to take this job. I spent a good deal of my time compiling useful info for our country in the Presidential Almanac. Care to take a look, Presidente? Open the Almanac. You can check different statistics related to the current situation on the island in the Almanac. It is good to check on it often. Click OK to close this notification. Browse the Almanac as long as you wish. When you are ready, close it by clicking on the X at the lower right. Tropico makes its pesos from tobacco exports at the moment. When the tobacco crops are ready, the farmers gather them and store them at the farm. Then Teamsters from the Teamster's office come to transport them to the dock. Finally, the dock workers will load them onto ships and our country will get money. This is not as complicated as it sounds. Tropicans will do all... Presidente, let me tell you about your pension fund. Like all good things, your mandate may come to an end someday in the far future. So it is always a good idea to have a small fortune stashed in your Swiss bank. There are a few different ways to lead stray money there. One of them is the special building permit edict. Click on the edicts button at the bottom of your screen. Edicts are different presidential orders that can change the life of ordinary Tropicans dramatically. Take your time. Presidente, it is always good to practice your election speeches. in your election speeches, you can promise, blame, and praise. You need only give me the briefest details, and I, Penultimo, will put together the complete speech for you. Since we are only practicing, you will not actually give this speech. Please press. The island is running smoothly, but you may address any hot issue that you view as a serious problem. You may praise anyone you wish. I am sure they will appreciate it. As for promises, the religious faction is always on my back because we still have not built the church. Ay caramba! Presidente, it seems that the practice speech has somehow been leaked to the public. The religious faction is very pleased at the moment, but if you do not fulfill your promise, they will not vote for you in the next election. You'd better construct a church. You'll even get something for your Swiss bank account because of the edict you issued previously. Right click. Very good, Presidente. These good-for-nothing builders have started working on the church. Let us wait until it is completed. Make sure you have not paused the game. Green.
I'm looking right now to see how many unemployed there are. Well, I mean, I know how many employed there are. There's 2. Let's see here. Housing quality. 36. No, it's around here somewhere. Average pay. Caribbean pays $8. Unemployed 2. I guess I'll just have to keep an eye on these little fuckers popping up. In the meantime, build ourselves a nice little house. Apartment blocks are very nice, and they hold a lot of people, but they're worth a lot of money as well. Houses are worth a lot. Country homes are East bunkhouse. Shanties. Cheap structure that offers minor improvements over tracks. Shanties require no upkeep or provide no rent. Cheap low-class housing for 3 families. Small home with moderate comforts. Okay, let's drop another tenement on there. Alright, and we'll just let everything else go. I apparently can't select myself right now. Okay.
Our new church is ready, Presidente, but there is no priest, so it stays locked. Not every faithful is cut out to be a priest. In order to preach sermons to the faithful, the worker must have at least a high school education. Since we don't have our own high school, let me... Enough about the affairs of the little people, Presidente. Let me introduce you to the single most important person on our island. Yourself.
What matter requires President?
I am glad you decided to get out of the palace, Presidente. Let us go for a walk in our beautiful country. If you take care to build the...
Make it so.
The people love you, my Presidente. And you should take care to always keep them on your side, no? A coup d'etat or an uprising is not a pretty sight. You can address the people from the balcony of your palace. This will increase their respect towards you.
Speak fast. I don't have all day. Back to work again. Time to check up on my people.
Presidente, I can now see why you are in power and I am just your humble servant. You truly know how to move the people's hearts. There are many other actions you can try. You can make official visits to buildings, speed up constructions, and even shoot down traitors and rebels if need be. I think you can now continue without me. I, Penultimo, have a project of my own to be working on. Do you happen to know a pharmacist who sells poison at an affordable price?
So we can actually choose to continue playing that if we wanted to, but we will play a campaign. So there is all kinds of stuff for us to play. Looks like everything may have been already checked off because I've played through this game a number of times. But we'll start at the top, work our way down. We're going to play bananas. I got 20 years. The abdication of the old Presidente of St. Helena provided the perfect opportunity for you to your rise power. Now as the head of state, it is your job to lead the small nation to a new age of prosperity. St. Helena is a modest island with rich and fertile lands, which have attracted the attention of American food conglomerate Fruits Ltd. You should make use of the gringos to secure the financial future of your island, as well as your own Swiss bank account. The goal is to export at least 8,000 units of agricultural export. So this is pretty simple. We're just going to build lots of farms. And then we can actually customize our... we can choose a... one of the many dictators that have existed over the time. Or we can create our own. Eva Pereira. The bell. And they all come with their own, as you can see, different positives and negative traits. This is a... let's see. We could also do a custom avatar, but custom avatars make things a little too easy. Farm production. Effect. Charismatic. Intellectual faction. Military respect. Okay, this one outstarts this one. So yeah, as you can see, this also affects your ability to get reelected. So for instance, this one right here has high democratic expectations, whereas Castro has very low democratic expectations. Same with this one. The way I like to do this is, that's actually how I like to, well, we can do a number of different ways. I go back and forth between Generalissimo costume and the actual traditional presidential. Get rid of this hat. Don't care about that hat. That hat sucks. I don't really care for any of these hats. I could build a beard. And a mustachio. So this is where stuff gets kind of weird. Is you can choose between a number of different things. I always like faster education and skill training. You can also choose other. Your farmer. This, for instance, will give me additional farm production. I'll lose some intellectual. Elected as a capitalist. So I did this basically to balance myself out. Was I made myself a leftist author, which increases these factions: communist faction, intellectual faction. But then I do elected as a capitalist, which helps to improve U.S. relations, liberty, backer worker production, and capitalist faction respect. So it balances out both USSR entrepreneurial, gives me extra inputs or exports. This gives me a little bit better relations. And first, diplomatic ministry costs no money. Always great. Flaws, we give you 2 flaws. Cheapskate is by far the best one because it sets your maximum. It reduces your building costs, and it sets your max salary to 25, which I never play the game long enough. Have to play the game long enough that people need $25 an hour as a salary. So generally, what I do is I keep uneducated workers' salaries the lowest, and then I typically double high school education. So like $5, $10, and $20 for college educated people. And then as the years go on, I increase everybody's salary starting at the bottom. So base level workers go from $5 to $7, and then high school workers go up to $12, and then I usually leave college workers at 21 or 22, and then as the college level workers work their way to $25 an hour, I slowly but surely increase the other two, so that hopefully usually by the end of the game, I've got enough incoming cash flow that I can give the base level worker about a $10 an hour wage, with high school workers making around 15 to 17, and like I said, the college level workers working at about $25 an hour, which is enough to keep everybody happy. But it's kind of broken because in addition to getting a decrease in the building cost, it takes up one of my law slots, which is really not that big of a flaw in comparison to, say, ugly. This affects, well, ugly is another one. I don't generally make tourist destinations, so, you know, a small hit to all my factions respect and a lower tourism rating is better than 50% slower education, skill training, you know, bad relations with everybody, lazy, 10% overall production, avatar moves slower, all Tropican factions respect -10, you know, versus, where's ugly again? Oh, right here. Versus ugly. I mean, you see, like, for instance, all Tropicans respect -10 versus ugly. All Tropicans respect -5 or just 5%? Yeah, just 5. Flagellants. Minimum salary for guards, $20. I love it. So, like I said, I'm just gonna pick from one of these people as I best see fit. Let's see here. Anyone got a... Green thumb's good. No it isn't. A pretty good one.